Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Janet and we're here with another video for my Plan With Me. We are doing my January 2020 setup, so I hope you guys like it. So we're here with another pop-up idea. In this month I decided to do a firework pop-up. For this firework pop-up, if you guys are wondering if I'm gonna do a tutorial, I am not. But I will put a link to the person that I got this firework tutorial from, and they also have the template. So if you guys want to check that out and want to recreate this pop-up yourself, I'll put the link down below in the description. As for the pop-up itself, I basically did the firework myself using my acrylic paint. As for the templates, I actually just traced it and then cut it out myself. I know there's an option where you can print it, but I decided to just do it by hand and then cut it out by hand. For this pop-up, I thought it was very fun to do. In the tutorial, he does recommend each piece that you guys glue down onto the page or onto the pop-up itself. He does highly recommend you guys to close the page or the book itself, so you make sure that it opens and closes properly. But as you can see, I'm doing the title page, so just bear with me and continue watching. As I am doing the pop-up, I am watching his tutorial video on how he puts it together, and honestly it was the greatest video and super easy to follow along to. So if you guys do decide to recreate it, just show me your recreation of this pop-up yourself. The only one thing I kind of regret doing was kind of putting the pop-up all together without waiting for the paint to set completely. So after when I glued everything together and closed my bullet journal, when it came to me opening my journal again the next morning, the firework pop-up kind of got stuck together due to the paint not completely dry last night when I did this. So, but it was an easy fix. It wasn't difficult. So if you guys do decide to make your own fireworks or color it to your liking, like how I did, wait for the paint to dry. That's all I gotta say. But later on, this whole setup, I basically decided to use a lot of cutouts and construction paper, like how I did for my bullet journal setup for this year, just to give it like a scrapbook vibe, I guess, to go along with my pop-ups. So I hope you guys like it. Like I said, if you guys want to recreate this, send me a comment of your Instagram. I will check it out. But yeah, so right now, instead of coloring the whole page black, I decided to just use half the construction paper on both sides just to finish the January title page. So for the title page, I kept it very simple. I just did the title January to the right side of the page, and then on the left side I decided to do a quote. In the middle I just add some couple details to make it look like the fireworks were just shot to the air, and when you open the book it looks like, oh, boom. I don't know how you want to describe that part, but that's how I see it. So don't mind this part, it's just me kind of just getting things together to set up the page. Any of the materials that I am using in this video, I will also put links of where I got the pens and markers. So if you want them yourself, I'll put the links down below in the description as well. For the quote for January, I decided to go with, "Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire." That quote kind of stands out to me for many reasons, especially personally wise and career wise. Like, I want to continue doing bulletin journal and doing some videos for you guys to check out. So 2022 is gonna be a better year. So after finishing the title page, I am doing my calendar layout. Basically, it's self-explanatory. We're just making boxes for the calendar layout. I kept my layout simple as possible. Funny thing is, when I was trying to finish my January setup before the New Year's, which didn't happen, but I wanted to do a firework theme, and then come to find out, the person I watched and got inspired from, which is Amanda Rachel Lee, she ended up doing a firework theme, which was just so coincidentally to me, because I was like, what are the chances that we're both doing fireworks theme? Because I was honestly thinking that since the end of the year, I just couldn't think of how I wanted to do the pop-up. But she did hers not a pop-up way. She just decided to recreate her January 2018 spread that she did. But I have never done this theme, so. But great minds think alike. That's all I gotta say. Great minds think alike. So we are almost done with the calendar layout. I am just gonna number the boxes and add some firework designs, and then after that we just move on to the next pages. So the next 2 pages after my calendar layout, I like to do my habit and mood tracker. My habit tracker this year or this month theme, I decide to just do it simple as possible. Not trying to go too crazy with the habit tracker, and kept the mood tracker also the simplest theme as well, because I don't want to burn myself out like how I did last year's. When it came to doing June's set of last year, I was basically overthinking the whole theme month and doing the layouts that I burnt myself out. But this year, we're not gonna let that happen. So if you guys do decide to recreate any of these spreads, please let me know in the comments. I wouldn't mind just seeing your ideas or your take on this setup. As for the mood tracker, I realized I kind of made the circle too small, so the extra 7 days that I was missing from my mood tracker, I decided to do some stars, which kind of works out because, you know, fireworks are mostly done at night, and usually at night there's a night sky with some stars. So it actually turned out pretty well. As for the habit tracker, I'm just doing a simple blank calendar spread, and then I did 9 of those habits. Didn't know what I wanted to do for my habits this month or this year in general, but for sure one of the ideas I wanted to do more was cooking. So that is for sure a habit. Adding a small firework for the habit tracker, and we're basically done with that. After these 2 pages, what I like to do is my playlist page, and right next to my playlist page I do a brain dump page. So for both of these, I keep it simple as possible because, again, I don't want to burn myself out by the end of this journal, so keeping things simple as possible but still cute and creative. So yeah. So usually, if you guys are wondering, for the playlist page, it can be anything. And as you can see, I was FaceTiming my friend, giving her inspiration for her journal that I got for her for Christmas. Again, for her journal, I got her the Amanda Rach Lee 2020 Doodle Planner, which is pretty much pre-made, but I was giving her ideas for the blank pages, and then she just wanted to see how I create them. So it was pretty fun that we are both doing it at the same time. As for the playlist page, this time I decided to do a different take on how I wanted to do this month. This month I decided to kind of do albums. So any interesting albums I'm like kind of listening to, whether it's a single or a gigantic album, I am mentioning it this month. So the playlist page, the current songs that like caught my attention or what I'm currently listening to a lot. As you can see in a second, I am going to write it down, but it's ABCDEFU single by Gail. Love this song. It's like a anthem, to be honest. The other album that I can't stop and I have it on repeat is Taylor Swift Red album. Certified Lover Boy by Drake. Hit that album. Chef's Kiss. Selena Gomez, like I love how she went back to her roots and did her album. So all these artists are amazing. If you guys want to check them out, go ahead. Again, the playlist can be anything you want, whether it's just individual songs that you guys are listening to or albums. Go ahead and mention it. You don't have to do a playlist page. You can do a book tracker or something, whatever you guys decide. And then the right side page is my brain dump page, keeping it simple as possible because this page is just for me to go back to do whatever I want. After these two pages, what I love to do right after that is my weekly setup. For my weekly setup, I decide to go with a horizontal theme, putting the washi tapes down and then kind of cutting half of the washi tape on each side of the page off, just so I can add the January title page on top with the dates. You guys will see that towards the end. So now we are doing my layout where I kind of just already had measured out how big are the boxes are going to be, so that was a lifesaver. And then in the middle I decided to do like a firework design or collage kind of things, which you guys are going to see. It's just a bunch of different shapes and different sizes and different design. Fireworks are never perfect. Fireworks just shoot in the sky, or it rains like waterfall or a sprinkler. So that's what I kind of did for this. Sometimes it comes out looking like a flower, but basically fireworks are very easy to kind of just make any designs that you want. So I thought this was a very fun thing to do for this weekly spread, and I hope you guys like it. Adding the small circles and dots with the fireworks kind of make the middle stand out. I remember doing my horizontal layouts last year, especially for February. I basically went all out on February. Each week was a pop-up week, and it was just very fun to do. So me doing a design like this, simple, it was very nice. Wasn't a pop-up theme, but it was still nice. Now we're just gonna label my days of the week. There's 8 boxes, you guys are wondering. The last box, I always put a box just for notes. For the notes, it could be anything you want. You can put things to do for next week or what you want to do for next week. Notes can be like ideas that you have that you want to do. It could be anything, just so you can be on task It's just a handy dandy box to have when you're doing your weekly setup. So instead of just writing on the boxes that I drew out, I just decided to use my stamps. These stamps are fairly new, so I had a hard time kind of just yanking them out. Other than that, I'm just labeling the numbers of the weekend. That is that. Here is my January setup for 2022. I hope you like it. It is a firework pop-up design. Love the colors for the fireworks. Love this quote. After that, we are flipping to my calendar layout. Very simple, very cute, very chic. After that is my habit tracker and mood tracker. Very simple again, not going too crazy. My playlist and my brain dump page. And my weekly layout. So if you guys recreate it, please let me know in the comments down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you guys can be notified when a new video comes out. Until then guys, bye!